because she put a variety of different orchids in here. This is, of course, again, the Cattleya, but then she has some dendrobiums in here, which bloom pink, because I did have some blossoms off of this too as well. The dendrobium and also the cane orchid in here. And if you take a close look back here, it has the Vanda orchid in here as well. So again, just quite a variety of different orchids in here. And from what I hear, it's not really a great idea to put all sorts of orchids in one pot. The reason being is they can become quite competitive plants, and whichever one is the dominant one is going to become stronger, and of course the weaker ones are going to get weaker. So again, I might go ahead and take this apart and allow them to, you know, claim their own space in their own home. Hey there everyone, and thank you guys for joining me here. Now, what I have in front of me is that community of orchids that were put into a container and were allowed to, I wouldn't say thrive, but I would say grow together in the best way that they could, but of course was not a good idea because they really started damaging one another and growing over the top of each other and really just competing for living space, as you guys can see here. Okay, so what I've done, it is in a container filled with water, and I've allowed it to soak for, I would say, about like 30 minutes now. And basically what I'm trying to do is just loosen up all of the hardened material in here so that I can go ahead and take this up, cut away what I need to, and then try my best to separate them in the safest possible way. So here we go, folks. We're about to dive in. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so I'm going to take this container out. There you go, out of the water. And now I want to show you something. I'm going to actually turn this upside down, because what I found out when I was going through this, I felt that it was really, really, really hard around here. And when I began to really remove some of the material, you know, I found out that this is actually all root underneath. All hardened root underneath this coconut lining, where it's just a mangled mess here, folks. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm really going to take this container of scissors and knives, materials that I'll be using, and of course they're soaking in alcohol just to make sure that they are sanitized. And I'm going to take the scissor first, and I'm really just going to start cutting away some of the material. Of course, not cutting any of the roots, just cutting the coconut lining here to make it easier for me to get in here and see what's really going on, folks. So just cutting away, cutting away. Yeah, it's a big old fat mess here. Horrible. Now, one of my viewers here and a friend of mine, a fellow YouTuber, had stated that one of the things that I would want to take note of and pay special attention to is the fact that the dendrobium and the cattleya, they have pseudobulbs. But as you guys know, the Vanda does not have a pseudobulb. It is primarily going based off of its roots and its roots alone. So really have to take note of that and understand that I really want to try to maintain its root system in the best way that I can. So definitely going to be cautious with the Vanda girl here. Okay, folks, I'm going to go ahead and put this on pause a little bit because this is going to be timely. And I want to save some time here, and I definitely don't want to waste your time. So let me go ahead and get some of this removed, and I'll be right back. Unfortunately, I am going to have to cut some of the roots away. I don't think there's any other way for me to do it. I'm really trying to push this out because I'm just really having a difficult time. And I really have to get this out of this metal container. So that's what I'm opting to do, folks. I am so sorry, Vanda, but there's no other way to do it. I'm
it has become an impossible task. So that is what I did, and as you can see now, it's beginning to come right out, and I'm just really pushing the container. There it goes. There it goes. Yeah. Sorry, there's no way. There's no way. How to do it like this, folks. Okay, let me go ahead and get it out of its container completely. Okay, as you guys see, it's completely out of there now. Okay, now I have something to work with, guys. Okay, now I can just kind of tease it a little bit here and kind of just knead it like dough here. Ooh! I got scared. I thought this was like a wormy thing. You guys know I'm very afraid of worms. Buckeye, that's for you. Oh, jeez. Okay, so I have to get a little bit rough here, guys, because there's just really no other way of doing it. I will take the scissor, though, and try to cut away some of this material here without cutting too much of the roots. So here you go. It's really getting in there now. Yep. It's coming apart now, and that's exactly what we want. It's exactly what we want. So here, I'm gonna take this stuff that's in here in the middle out and get it all out of there. Yeah, there's a lot of guck. It's been in there probably for years and years and years. Okay, here we are. See all those roots? You see all those roots? Yeah, nothing but roots in here. Man, what a mission. What a mission, folks. This is really hard work. Okay, but it's coming apart. As you guys can see, we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. Getting all this husk liner out of there. Yep. And I know it looks rather harsh, but I'm pretty sure that these orchids here are just loving the fact that they're gonna finally get their own space. Okay, here they are. Let's see. This is... Okay, folks, there's no way. There's no way, no how. I'm just really gonna have to cut some of this. There's no way. I tried, guys. I really did. But as you can see here, now it's really starting to come apart. There you go. There you go. Here you go. Here's the Cattleya. Yay for Cattleya. It's totally separated here. We did it. Okay, so now it's just a matter of trying to get this Vanda out of here. And like I said, there's certain parts that I'm just really going to have to cut the root. Sorry. But we're almost there. We are almost there. There's this thick root right here that the Vanda is not going to let go of. Here you go. Ta-da. Okay, folks. And here's another one. Right here, folks. Right here. That it's got to cut it away. There you go. And it's completely separated, folks. Completely separated. Wow. What a mission. We did it. We did it, folks. Okay, folks, and this is the aftermath of all the material and some roots that were cut away. It wasn't that bad of a job. It only took, I would say, about like 30 minutes. Definitely there was no way that I could save all of the roots, but I think I did a pretty good job. Majority of the roots are intact. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the 3 plants that are now separated. Okay, folks, so now we are back inside and just really wanted to check out the status of all of the 3 orchids that we have now separated from that community container. Now this, of course, is the Vanda orchid, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about her because as I took a closer look, I realized that there was actually another Vanda here. And for whatever reason, it was damaged. I don't know if there was crown rot or perhaps it got broke.
But definitely this probably was the mama plant, and when it was damaged, it proceeded to encourage a new growth, which became this plant right here. Now, as you can see when we look close here, the Vanda actually has lots and lots of roots. We don't have to worry about her because, as you guys know, when you propagate a Vanda, one of the main things you have to make sure is to at least have 2 roots that are good and growing for her to flourish. And that's through propagation. Now, in this case, of course, we didn't propagate. We just needed to really separate and repot. But in a sense, we have to have the same thing, ensuring that there is at least 2 roots. And if we flip it around, you can see that there are many, many roots right here that are very, very healthy and ready to go. I actually thought the discolored root was probably not in good shape, or dead and rotting, but actually it's very firm and plump. It's just that it's been in medium, and it probably got saturated, of course, with water, and so that's where the discoloration came from. But the roots are healthy. I mean, they're fine, very sturdy. So look, guys, I mean, even though I had to cut away some roots, looked a little bit brutal, I know, but look here. I mean, she has lots and lots of roots, and she is going to be A-OK, folks. Okay, and the next on our list is the Cattleya right here. As you can see, she is well intact, and all of the roots from all of the plants actually were very, very healthy. Still has some styrofoam here. Of course, I'm going to have to clean them up pretty good and make sure there's nothing stuck to them, because they did have some material like this. And let's see how it just broke away, just popped away. You see that? So that indicates that the material that was in here, that medium, has been in here for quite some time and is very old and just breaking away and breaking apart. So definitely it's time to get them in brand new media here. And look, I mean, wow. She is in good shape. All of these roots ready to go. Definitely going to repot her. And she blooms a big bloom. I mean, in some of my videos I have her in there, and it's that really deep magenta with some orange and red in there as well. So she's a very beautiful orchid, and I indeed plan on having more and more blossoms with her, and she's going to be so much more healthier. And of course, again, she has a lot of new growth, so definitely not worried about her in the least bit. And I know she's thanking me right now for doing this.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. You don't know how stuffy it was in there. Too close for comfort. Oh, way too close for comfort.
And last but not least, this is our dendrobium. This is a Dendrobium phalaenopsis here. And to give a little bit of a backdrop story on this one right here, I had a miracle baby that had a stem or a cane that fell off from this, and it grew about 6 little babies off of one cane. So this is actually the mama plant of that. And as I'm looking closer at this plant right here, I mean, just like the miracle baby that I replanted, this is actually growing in the exact same way as in many dendrobium canes, just going in all sorts of different directions. And as I was holding this in my hand, I mean, it seems like it's a little bit flimsy, like perhaps there were 2 plants combined in one. But I wonder even if they have different types of flower blossoms. That'll be interesting to see. Okay, folks, so what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to clean them up, and then, of course, I'm going to go ahead and put them in their own media and also container as well.
And although these guys have been separated, they are still very, very tight. They are like the 3 amigos here, or the 3 musketeers. Can you hear them? Listen up close. Listen. We are family. Da, 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 da. Even though we're separated, we're still family. We are family. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, folks, so now that they are free at last, all separated and ready to go, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and repot them. And here in this container,
I have all of this stuff that I'm going to use as the medium, and this is the coconut liner. It's the husk, and all I did was basically separate it and tear it into pieces. And then here we have the bark material with coal and perlite included into this. And we also have some sphagnum moss to help with holding in the moisture, and that's what we're going to be using. And of course we have the little containers, and these are going to be temporary containers. Unfortunately, I did find out that I don't have any containers, and I've already separated them out, so they definitely need a new home right now, quick, fast, in a hurry. So we're going to make it happen. So here I am adding in the water. I'm just kind of going to blend this all in together. Mixing and mixing and mixing and mixing. Yeah, what fun. Whee, so much fun. Ah, so much fun. Mama's gonna be so mad. Ah! Okay, here we have the Vanda, and her roots are pretty strong. I'm kind of trying to push her down a little bit so that I can fit her snugly into this container. Now, as you guys know, the Vanda can actually grow without a container, and all you would have to do is mist it on a regular basis daily, and sometimes more than once a day. And I just don't have that certain lifestyle, so I'm going to put it in its medium, and that's going to really hold some moisture for it, so I won't have to water on such a regular basis. So all I'm going to do now, folks, is I'm really just going to fill the space in with all of the material that we prepared, and I really want to get in between her root area because I want to make sure that there's enough media in there that's going to really moisture out the entire root system. So that's what we are doing now, just making sure it's all filled in all around, folks, all around. Spread it all around, and I knew I'm making such a big mess here, folks. I'm just a messy person, what can I say? Now it looks like I'm filling it way over the top right. Not necessarily, because I am going to press it down nice and firm to keep her situated in her pot. There you go, nice and firm. There you go, okay. So there she is, folks. I mean, she's a happy camper right now. And finally, she has a place to call her own. Yes, finally, finally, finally. Okay, folks, and here they are, completely divided, separated out, and in their own home, safe and sound. Now, as you can see, here is the Vanda girl, happy, happy, happy in her own home. And then here's the Cattleya. She seems very happy as well. Can you see her smiling? Aww. And this is the Dendrobium. She was so weak, but I'm hoping that she is gonna just jump back up and bounce back to her normal, happy self. And you guys, although they're separated out, I mean, I heard them talking amongst themselves, and they said that they're going to be sure to stay in contact through email, Facebook, and they're going to be texting one another, so definitely they are still together as one, because they are true orchid friends. For good times and bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what orchid friends are for. Okay, folks, and I thank you so much for tuning in to yet another orchid adventure with me, Maria Young. And if you like this video, please be sure to like. And if you have a question, comment, or some feedback, please be sure to post them as well. As you guys know, I love to hear from you. And also, if you want to see more videos such as this, please be sure to subscribe. And that is it, folks. Thank you so much.